If you had a great rookie season, but now everything gets turned up a notch, how excited are you to maybe prove that you're a good playoff player as well as a good regular season player?
Really excited, especially after last year. I was here for a little bit and got injured right before the playoffs. And so I was kind of looking forward to that just for the experience. But no, it's a lot of fun this time of year and everybody's really excited going into it.
What have some of the veteran guys told you about the Calder Cup playoffs?
It's the hardest hockey I'm going to play. It's just with battle and intensity and with kind of just how chippy it gets. Playoff hockey, everybody's going to win. So it's going to be amplified that much more than the regular season. But not much is going to change for us. We're going to go out there and play our game and as hard as we can and look for the best.
Capitals didn't make the playoffs, so this roster is stacked right now. Might be one of the best in the American Hockey League right now. Obviously, it bodes well for you guys. Does it give you like an extra push confidence-wise that you can go deep into the playoffs with all the talent you have?
Yeah, for sure. Especially with even in practice, I think it helps because we're so deep that everybody's going to be able to get a lot better. We just through each other, and so with injuries and stuff, it's going to happen. So it's nice to know that we have all four lines and all the D pairs filled up with some good players.
How has Hershey made you a better hockey player? This season has been unbelievable, and you just keep doing it every week. Is this franchise helping you kind of get that confidence? What's worked this year?
Yeah, I would say so. They have a standard for winning here, obviously with the history and all the championships that they've won. And so obviously you want to be a part of something like that. And so you're just going to do what you can to help the team win and take in as much as you can to try and make yourself and your teammates a better player.
Nelly talked about this is where you define yourself as a player. You can be a great regular season player, but to do it in the playoffs shows something. You've earned the contract for next season. Do you want to prove that this wasn't just a regular season thing and that this can go into the playoffs?
Yeah, for sure. And obviously not just individually, but as a team as a whole, I think there was some points throughout the year we thought we could have been a little better. And so we're just going to hold ourselves to that much higher of a standard to play well and execute our game.
This 2-week break then difficult, right? Like you don't want to get too sluggish. How do you attack this and make sure you're not coming out slow?
I mean, me personally, I'm just letting the coaches put the practice plan together and doing what they think because they've been through it and they know what it takes and what you need this time of year practice wise. And so I have trust in everybody that they know what they're doing. And, that's our job to play hockey. So that's what we're going to do.
You mentioned that roster on Pat's question. There's going to be good guys that don't suit up and are healthy scratches. They're going to have to be watching from above. What goes through their mind when you are one of those healthy scratches, and how do they stay sharp for when they are inserted and they are needed to make sure they're ready to go?
They might be a little bummed out, so to speak, but they know that this is much bigger than anybody individually. And so attacking it as a team is how we've been doing it all year. And they've been really good and positive, and their work ethic doesn't change just because they don't play. They want to work that much harder to get in the lineup and prove that they deserve to be there. And so that kind of goes back to me talking about practice earlier and how we're making ourselves better every day because there's so much competition because everybody wants to play.
Towards the end of the season, have you had a chance to step back and look at this team overall and what has struck you about saying we're ready to go, or this is something that we need to improve on for a deep run here?
Yeah, I think you can look at it a few different ways. We're just not going to look too deep into it. We're going to try to tighten a few things up and practices and try to execute that on how we want to do it with some game plans. But yeah, no, kind of like I said, not a whole lot is going to change. But we did make some good runs this year, and we definitely want to keep that rolling into the playoffs.
I think we're all good here. We'll open up to any questions on Zoom.
Yes, Ethan, just obviously, with college, you don't get that same type of playoff experience. And then even in the USHL, you had limited runs. Kind of what do you expect going, possibly through what could be a long, 1 to 2 month grind here in the playoffs?
A lot of tough hockey. You're going to get your nicks and bruises here and there. You just can't really worry about that too much because, like I've been saying, it's a bigger goal. And so guys are going to battle through some things and just battle for each other, like I've been talking about. But it'll be a fun run. Everybody's excited.